Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be doing a massive book unhaul. I decided to just unhaul quite a lot of my books just because I am really determined to only have books on my shelves that I'm going to reread, love, all of that stuff. And there were quite a lot of books, especially from my 75 books in 75 days that I read and just didn't enjoy, or ones that I bought years ago and I'm just definitely not going to reread. So we have a massive unhaul here. I'm hoping it won't take too long, but we do have a lot to get through, so let's just get right into it. First off, we are starting with, I'm not sure what the series is called, but this is from Tessa Bailey. I've got rid of quite a majority of my Tessa Bailey books just because she was an author for me when I first started reading, but now she isn't really an author for me. I mean, I will still give some of her books a go because some of them I've liked, but I haven't really enjoyed anything since what happened that summer. Was something like that. No, what was that cool? I can't remember. It's those books. But we have first book, Fix Her Up, then we have Love Her or Lose Her, and then we have Tools of Engagement. I was originally keeping these because I thought I'd reread them, but if I'm being completely honest, I most likely won't. Then we have A Rebound by Catherine Walsh. Again, this one I did enjoy, but I just don't think I'm going to end up rereading it, so why keep it on my shelves. Then we have Last Time We Met, and I'm going to be completely honest, I don't really remember much about this one. I don't think I'm going to reread it. If I remember correctly, I did enjoy it, but I don't think it was obviously it wasn't a favourite, so that is why I'm unhauling this one. Then we have Love at First Flight, and this was one that I just saw randomly one day. I decided to pick it up. It was an okay read, but I don't think I'm ever going to read it again. Then we have Never Vacation with Your Ex. I read this one. It wasn't for me. Did not enjoy it at all, and so I don't see the need to keep it on my shelf. Then we have Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. This is because it's a Tessa Bailey book. I did really enjoy this one, but I have decided to get rid of all except for 2 of my Christmas books, but that's just because mostly I read Christmas books on my Kindle, so I feel like it's not needed to have physical copies of them. Saying that, we also have Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey. Again, getting rid of Christmas books. I also didn't really enjoy this one. I'm pretty sure I rated it 1 star, and I was going to give it another go, but I don't really want to. Then we have Dead Romantics. This I've read twice. The first time I didn't really enjoy it. Second time I enjoyed it a little bit more, but I just don't think I'm going to reread it again. And if I decide to, I'll probably listen to the audio or something. So I have decided to get rid of this one as it wasn't a favourite of mine. Then we have Booked on a Feeling. This one just personally wasn't really for me, and I also just don't think I'm going to reread it. Then we have A Bloodstream, and this one, if I remember correctly, I did enjoy it. It was an okay read, but again, I just don't think I am going to reread it again. Then we have this series from Lucy Score. We have Change Your Mind, Finally Mine, and Protecting What's Mine. And these books I'm getting rid of because I read them recently. I don't think I'm going to reread them again because they were just average reads for me. Then we have Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. Now, this one was a really hard decision of whether I wanted to get rid of it or not, just because you can no longer get this cover, and I do like the cover, but I didn't enjoy the book, and so it just doesn't make sense. And I'm not gonna lie, my sister did have to convince me to get rid of it. She was like, if you don't like it, you're not going to reread it, get rid of it. I was like, you know what, good point, because I can't keep it just because of the cover, because at the end of the day, covers you can see online. Then we have 19 Steps by Millie Bobby Brown. This one I read a while ago when I first bought it, and I just don't see myself rereading it because I didn't really enjoy it the first time. I think I rated it 3 stars and something like that. Then we have What Lies Beyond the Veil, and when I find the second book for the series, I'm also going to try and unhaul that one as well, but I was looking on my shelves, I can't find it. I don't know where it's gone. So once I find the second book, I'll also unhaul that, which is What Hunts the Veil or something like that. I just don't think I'm going to reread the series. If I do, I'll reread it on my Kindle. I do plan to complete the series, but I just don't own the rest, and again, gonna read it on my Kindle, so might as well just get rid of the rest of the series. Then we have Fable, and again, this one was okay for me. It wasn't a favourite. Don't think I'm going to reread it, so I don't need to keep it. Same with Only a Monster. Then we have Swordcatcher, and again, enjoyed it. Don't think I'm going to reread it, but this has lovely spread edges. Again, I did have to convince myself to get rid of it because I just also don't know if I want to continue on with the series. No, I might change my mind, but either way, I'll read it on my Kindle. Most of the time I read fantasy on my Kindle, and I have a big fantasy collection for no reason. Then we have Twin Crown, and this one I'm getting rid of because it wasn't a favourite of mine, and again, I just don't feel like I need it on my shelf. Then we have This Vicious Grace. I found that this was average. I don't think I'm going to reread it. Don't need it on my shelf. Then we have Bad Graces, and this one I didn't enjoy. I didn't like it, and it was very hard for me because it is this lovely edition, and I absolutely am obsessed with this, but I can't keep a book just because of that. If I don't like it, then why keep it? And then we also have To Cage a God. This book just personally wasn't for me. Again, it is this stunning edition of it, and it also has that, but yeah, it wasn't for me, so I have decided to get rid of it. Then we have Just Plain House. This one I read at the beginning of last year and it was okay. Again, I just don't see myself rereading it because it wasn't like a favourite of mine. Then we have some Mia Sheehan books. We have Kylan, Grace and Vow and Stinger. I just don't see that I'm going to reread them, but not only that, I don't think those are a favourite of mine. Then we also have How to End a Love Story, and this one was hard for me. Again, I didn't ever want to get rid of it, but I have decided to, just because I don't know if I'll reread it, and if I decide to, I can on my Kindle. Now, remember when I said that I have decided to get rid of all my Christmas books? This is what I meant. An Unfortunate Christmas Murder, A Christmas Cafe, A Holly Jolly Ever After, A Merry Little Meet Cute, Maybe This Christmas, Let It Snow, All I Want for Christmas, One Last Christmas, Just Like Magic, Baby It's Cold Outside, Cheers for Me and You, Christmas Shopaholic, Murder at the Theatre Royale, and The Christmas Murder. Then I've decided to get rid of this series from Alice Osman. I was keeping them because I do really like Alice Osman's books, but the thing is these ones I don't think I'm ever going to reread. Heartstopper, forever. The novellas about Nick and Charlie, I've kept them because obviously love Nick and Charlie, but these ones I just don't feel like I need to keep. So we have Solitaire, Radio Silence, Loveless, and also I Was Born for This. Then we have this edition of Marriage for One. I brought it thinking that I wanted it, but then it didn't make sense to me because I was like, I have the copy that matches all my others, so I just feel like I don't really need this one. We have Love Like Farms. Now this one is a Christmas book. I wasn't originally going to get rid of it, but I don't have the second book or the fourth book in the series, and so I thought I'll get rid of this and the other one, Mixed Signals. I'll get rid of these two because then hopefully I can just buy them as like a set together somewhere. I don't know, that was my thought process. And I'm getting rid of Flawless. Now I also got rid of a copy of Heartless, Powerless and Reckless of this edition, but Heartless, Powerless and Reckless I gave to my sister because she was like collecting the series where she only had Flawless, but I had an extra edition of Flawless now, so I'm also unhauling that. Then we have The Hating Game. This is like, I can reminisce on it. I really enjoyed it when I read it back in like 2021 and I was like just getting into reading. Loved it then. I don't think I think if I reread it I wouldn't enjoy it. I don't think I ever will reread it. If I do, I have it on my Kindle where I originally read it, so I just don't feel like I need this one anymore. It is sad to part with it, but why keep it on my shelves, you know? Then we have Angelica Frankenstein Makes Her Match. I just don't think this is going to be one I will reread. If I decide to, it will be one that I can read on my Kindle. Then I'm also getting rid of this series. I'm not sure what it's called, but we have Set on You, X's and O's and The Catch. I enjoyed these when I read them. I actually really did enjoy these, especially the second book. I just don't think I'm going to reread them. We have the new covers of Daisy Hates. I'm getting rid of this because I was going to buy these covers to annotate. I annotated the first one, so I am obviously keeping that one, but this one I didn't end up annotating, and honestly I don't really like the covers, so I've changed my mind. Then we have Savor It. I did really enjoy this one, but I have it on my Kindle, so if I really want to reread it I can there. I have Under Lock and Key, and I read this one recently. It wasn't really for me personally. It wasn't what I was expecting, I don't know if that's like in a good way or not. It did surprise me, if I must say so. And then recently I got loads of like fall themed books, and I might change my mind on these. I'm not going to lie, I might. But as of right now, I am going to get rid of them. Even though I only recently got them. But that's because I read them, enjoyed them. But like, I don't feel the need to keep the physical copy type thing. So I have the Village Library Demon Hunting Society, Haunted Ever After, Haunt Your Heart Out, Morbidly Yours. Now this one is the one that I'm thinking of keeping, but like, I don't know. We have The House Witch and the Enchanted of the Hearth. I really love this cover, but again, can't keep my books because of the covers. Then I'm also getting rid of Hate Mail. Read this one, it was okay, wasn't a favourite. I also have The Summer of Broken Rules. I read this one a while ago. Again, it was okay, wasn't a favourite of mine. Then I'm also getting rid of my copies of To All the Boys I Loved Before. I just am ever going to reread these, if I'm being completely honest. Again, reminiscent, one of the first couple of books that I brought, but I can't keep books because of that. I have The Song of Achilles. Now, I didn't really like this cover anyway, and I was thinking about repurchasing like the blue cover. I don't know if I'll get to it, but if I don't, it's not going to like upset me type thing, because I do really love this book. Yeah, I would prefer another cover. If I don't get to buying it, it wouldn't make me sad type thing, so that is why. We have All the Bright Places. This was a good book when I read it, but very depressing. I don't think I'm going to reread it. And then finally we have How to Fake It in Hollywood. Again, this book was really good when I read it. Don't think I'm going to reread it. And Forget Me Not, it was like hit or miss for me. I liked it, but I don't really remember much about it type thing. Okay, well, we actually flew through that unhaul way quicker than what I was expecting. It's because most of them I have the same reason for unhauling them. It's because I wanted like clear out type thing, especially because it is the new year. Well, it's the beginning of the year. As you're watching this, it's February. Yeah, I just wanted to clear out. I want my library and all the books to be ones that I will reread and love and all that. Massive unhaul. I'm not sure how many books are here, but got to be at least like 100 or so, right? I will count them and put it on the screen here. We'll be putting all of these books on Vinted, so if you are interested in any of them or even having a look, I will leave my Vinted link in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and leave us a comment if you're watching to the end, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.